Watch. Let's go to Mike first, though, at the wall in Japan. Mike.
Paul, a strong dollar, or at least a stronger dollar, is helping Japanese exporters rising against the yen for a second day after those comments from the Fed hinting that the recession is easing and that it's going to continue keeping rates low, which may encourage borrowing in the States and spending on the goodies produced by companies like Toyota and Sony. Automakers, the biggest gainers among the Topics industry groups. We've got Toyota up 1.25%, Honda 1.3%, Nissan 1.5%, give or take. And Mazda leading the way higher, up by 2.3%. The Nikkei newspaper says that it will produce 10% more cars in its Japanese factories than the company had forecast. Mazda's forecast 350,000 vehicles in the first half. However, the Nikkei says it's doing better than that. It's selling more cars than it expected because of these cash for clunkers schemes in the States and in Japan. And it says that production is probably going to be around 400,000 vehicles. Lehman Brothers has asked a U.S. judge to hold Japan's Shinsei Bank in contempt of court. It says the lender broke a rule that stops creditors from seizing assets from a bankrupt company. Shinsei has asked a Tokyo court to approve its plan to get back all the cash it invested in one of Lehman's units, Sunrise Financial. And under that scheme, Lehman would receive nothing. Shinsei, according to the Wall Street Journal, can't tell you because that number's just vanished. Anyway, Lehman prefers Sunrise's plan of giving creditors 1/5 of the money they invested. That would mean Lehman Asia would get $490 million. Lehman Brothers would get the grand sum of $30,000. Shinsei Bank would get $52 million. Shinsei does have its own cash problems. It booked $1.1 billion in losses last year on its investments in the US and Europe that went bad. Shinsei merging with Aozora Bank to create Japan's 6th biggest lender. Shinsei currently trading up 2%, while Aozora is unchanged. Aozora also booked losses in the last fiscal year on some bad US investments, some of that in Lehman Brothers. Paul, back to you.
OK, Mike, thank you very much indeed for that. Mike Fern over there in Tokyo.